Cristiano Ronaldo, The Relentless Rise. Part 1, The Boy from Madeira. I'm living proof that dreams do come true. But dreams are nothing without hard work. Cristiano Ronaldo. Globe showing Europe, Africa, the humble beginning. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro was born on February 5, 1985, on the small island of Madeira, Portugal. He was the youngest of 4 children in a working-class family. His father, José Diniz Aveiro, was a kit man at a local football club, and his mother, Maria Dolores dos Santos, worked as a cook and cleaner. They didn't have much. The family lived in a cramped, tin-roofed house in the poor neighborhood of Santo Antonio. The walls were thin. The nights were long. Hunger was sometimes louder than dreams. But there was something special about little Cristiano, a fire in his eyes, a hunger not for food but for greatness. Person running a child who couldn't stop running. From the moment he could walk, Ronaldo was always moving, kicking cans in the street, playing football with older boys. If you asked his neighbors, they'd all say the same thing. That boy, he was different. He didn't stop, ever. At the age of 6, he joined a local team called Andorinha, where his father worked. Even at that young age, he was obsessed with training, with winning, with being the best. While other kids played for fun, Ronaldo trained like a professional. While others laughed at defeat, Ronaldo cried, even in losses that didn't matter. Because to him, everything mattered. Pain and passion. Despite his talent, life wasn't easy. His father, José Diniz, struggled with alcoholism, a shadow that haunted the family. Young Ronaldo often saw his father stumble home drunk, exhausted, broken by the weight of poverty in life. It affected him deeply. At school, he was teased for his Madeiran accent and for being skinny. He was expelled at age 14 for throwing a chair at a teacher who mocked his background. But Ronaldo made a decision, one that would shape his destiny forever. I chose to focus only on football, nothing else. He convinced his mother to let him quit school and train full-time. She agreed, but not without sacrifice. She worked multiple jobs, exhausted, to support his dream. And Ronaldo made her a silent promise. One day I'll make you proud. Chip leaving home at 12. At just 12 years old, Ronaldo was offered a spot in the Sporting CP Academy in Lisbon, 600 miles from home. His family could barely afford the trip. When he left Madeira, he cried. He had never been away from home, never been without his mother's cooking or his father's tired smile. In Lisbon, he was alone, surrounded by older, stronger, more privileged boys. But none of them had Ronaldo's mindset. I wasn't the most talented, but I trained harder than anyone. Every single day. He would cry himself to sleep, missing home, but he never missed a training. Brain mentality of a monster. At Sporting, coaches noticed something unique. It wasn't just Ronaldo's speed or footwork, it was his obsession. He stayed after practice. He did push-ups in his room. He ran up hills when others slept. When teammates played video games, Ronaldo worked on free kicks. Even at 15, he told his coach, "One day, I'll be the best player in the world." They smiled, amused by the confidence. They had no idea, he meant every word. Red Heart, his father's silent support. In the background, his father watched with quiet pride. Though the alcohol consumed him slowly, José Diniz would brag to anyone who listened. That boy, he's going to be a star. Even when he was drunk, he'd show newspaper clippings and talk about his son's speed, his goals, his dream. But Ronaldo didn't know how little time he had left. Glowing star, the game that changed everything. On August 6, 2003, Sporting CP played a friendly match against Manchester United. Cristiano was only 18, but on that night, he played like a man possessed. He danced past defenders, delivered cross after cross, and left even seasoned Premier League players dizzy. On the bench, Sir Alex Ferguson watched closely. After the match, United's players begged Ferguson to sign Ronaldo immediately. He agreed. Within days, Ronaldo became a Manchester United player for £12.24 million, the most expensive teenager in Premier League history at the time. His journey had just begun. End of Part 1. Ronaldo Life Story. Part 2. Rise through the fire. Your love makes me strong. Your hate makes me unstoppable. Cristiano Ronaldo. Airplane arrival at Manchester United. In 2003, Cristiano Ronaldo arrived in England to join Manchester United, one of the world's most prestigious clubs. He was just 18 years old, skinny and unknown, but he carried an unshakable belief in himself. The media questioned the transfer fee. Fans weren't convinced. Critics called him too flashy. But Ronaldo didn't come to impress them. He came to conquer. Fire, the start of transformation. When Ronaldo arrived at United's training ground, something stood out immediately: his work ethic. While most players left after training, Ronaldo stayed, practicing dribbling, shooting, sprints, strength training. He studied tapes of legends. He would do 1,000 sit-ups a day, sometimes with ankle weights. He avoided sugar, fast food, alcohol. "If you think I'm good now, wait until I'm finished working," he once said. He turned his body into a machine, not by luck, but by discipline. Even club legends like Roy Keane and Ryan Giggs noticed, "This kid, he's different." The loss that nearly broke him. While Ronaldo was rising at United, tragedy was creeping closer. In 2005, his father, José Diniz Aveiro, passed away from liver failure due to alcoholism. Ronaldo was only 20. He was devastated. He hadn't gotten the chance to show his father what he was becoming. José Diniz never saw his son win the Ballon d'Or or lift the Champions League. Ronaldo broke down during interviews. To this day, he avoids speaking much about it. But he channeled that pain into something else. "I knew he was watching from above. I had to become what he believed I could be." Trophy, United glory, and the Ballon d'Or. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, Ronaldo flourished. The tough Scottish manager became a father figure to him. He pushed Ronaldo, challenged him, and protected him when needed. Between 2006 to 2009, Ronaldo won 3 Premier League titles, won the FA Cup and League Cup, helped United lift the 2008 UEFA Champions League, scored 42 goals in one season. That same year, he won his first Ballon d'Or, becoming the best footballer in the world. From the poor hills of Madeira to the pinnacle of global football in just a few years. He didn't just rise, he transformed. Counterclockwise arrows button the next step, Real Madrid. But Ronaldo wasn't done. In 2009, he made a record-breaking move to Real Madrid for €94 million, a fee that shocked the world. Critics said he was chasing money, leaving a team where he already had everything. But Ronaldo had a different vision. "I wanted to push myself again. I wanted to break every record." Stadium Madrid, where legends are made. The pressure was immense. Madrid fans were ruthless. The media followed his every step. He was no longer a boy with potential, he was a man with expectations. And he didn't disappoint. At Madrid, Ronaldo became a scoring monster. 450 goals in 438 appearances. 4 Champions League titles. 2 La Liga titles. Multiple Copa del Rey and Super Cups. He shattered records. Top scorer in the club's history. Most hat-tricks. Fastest to 100 goals. But behind those stats was the same obsession. Train, recover, repeat. First to arrive, last to leave. His teammates often said, Cristiano would train like he was still trying to prove himself. Brain, the unmatched mindset. What separated Ronaldo wasn't just his talent, but his mentality. He played through injuries. He silenced crowds with goals. He treated criticism as fuel. When people booed him, he smiled. "I use hate as motivation. When they doubt me, I train harder." In an age of comfort, Ronaldo stayed hungry, always chasing more. Portugal carrying a nation. Despite all his club success, Ronaldo had one painful gap: international glory. He had represented Portugal since his teens, but trophies eluded them. They lost in the Euro 2004 final on home soil. But in 2016, Ronaldo led Portugal again, this time at the UEFA Euro. He gave everything: goals, assists, leadership. In the final against France, he suffered an injury and had to be subbed off early. He wept on the sidelines. But instead of collapsing, he stood and coached from the sidelines, shouting, pushing, believing. Portugal won 1-0. Ronaldo lifted the first major international trophy in the nation's history. Tears rolled down his face. "This is the happiest moment of my life." End of part 2. Ronaldo life story. Part 3. Legacy of a Lion. I don't follow records. Records follow me. Cristiano Ronaldo. Italy, the Juventus challenge. After nearly a decade of glory with Real Madrid, Cristiano Ronaldo shocked the world once again in 2018 by signing for Juventus in Italy's Serie A. He was 33 years old, an age where most players slow down or fade away. But Ronaldo wasn't most players. He didn't come to Italy to retire. He came to prove that greatness has no age limit. New country, new language, new team. Same mission, to win. Flexed biceps, still unstoppable at 33 plus. At Juventus, he immediately silenced doubters. Became the club's top scorer 3 seasons in a row. Won 2 Serie A titles. Delivered clutch goals in the Champions League, including a hat-trick against Atletico Madrid to overturn a 2-0 deficit. Even in his mid-30s, Ronaldo's fitness was elite. His body fat percentage was lower than most athletes in their prime. His speed, power, and hunger remained unmatched. Your body ages. Your mind doesn't have to. Teammates were stunned by his drive. Many said he trained harder than players 10 years younger. Fatherhood and maturity. Off the pitch, Ronaldo embraced a different role: fatherhood. He became the proud dad of 5 children, including his eldest son, Cristiano Jr., who began playing football just like his father. Despite his fame, Ronaldo tried to keep his family grounded. "I want my children to grow with values, discipline, respect, hard work." Behind the cameras, the luxury, and the spotlights, Ronaldo was a present father, attending matches, helping with homework, setting an example. His mother, Maria Dolores, remained his pillar, his best friend. After surviving a cancer battle, she became an even stronger part of his life. But life was never without pain, broken heart, loss, and grief. In 2022, Ronaldo and his partner Georgina Rodriguez suffered a devastating tragedy: the death of their newborn son during childbirth. It was one of the darkest moments of Ronaldo's life. The man who had carried nations, won finals, and conquered the world stood broken as a father. In a heartfelt post, he wrote, "Only the birth of our baby girl gives us strength to live this moment with some hope and happiness." It reminded the world, even giants bleed, even legends feel loss. Yet he returned to the field. With tears in his eyes and his hands pointed to the heavens, he played on. Because Ronaldo never stopped. He couldn't. The homecoming returned to Manchester United. In the summer of 2021, Ronaldo returned to where his rise began: Manchester United. The news broke the internet. His shirt sales shattered records. Stadiums were filled with emotion. Fans wept at Old Trafford. And in his debut, he scored twice. It wasn't just a comeback. It was a full-circle moment. But Manchester United had changed. The club struggled with consistency, managers came and went, and the team often failed to match Ronaldo's intensity and expectations. Despite scoring 24 goals in his first season back, tension grew. Criticism returned. Pundits questioned him again. Was he finished? Too old? Too arrogant? Speaking head speaking out. The interview. In late 2022, Ronaldo gave a controversial interview. He expressed disappointment in the club's management, the lack of ambition, and how he felt betrayed. "I feel some people don't want me here, not just this year but last year too." The interview divided fans. Some said he was right. Others said he disrespected the club. But Ronaldo didn't regret it. Sometimes you must speak your truth, even when the world doesn't want to hear it. Shortly after, his contract with Manchester United was terminated. Once again, the future was uncertain. And once again, Ronaldo chose his own path. Globe showing Europe, Africa a new chapter: Al Nassr. In January 2023, Ronaldo signed with Al Nassr, a Saudi Arabian club. Critics said he was taking the easy route, that he'd retired from competitive football. But Ronaldo's view was different. "This is not the end of my career. This is a new mission, to grow football in new places, to inspire." And he did just that. He brought global attention to football in Asia and the Middle East. Stadiums sold out. Viewership skyrocketed. Young players looked at him as a mentor, not just a superstar. Even there, he dominated. Goals, assists, records broken again. He didn't need to prove anything anymore. But he still played like he had everything to prove. Portugal leading Portugal, a symbol of pride. Through all his club transfers, Ronaldo remained captain of Portugal. He led the team in World Cups and Euros, still chasing that elusive World Cup trophy. Even when benched, even when criticized, even when injured, he kept showing up. "My country is everything. I will give until I can't run anymore." In 2024, he became the first player in history to play in 6 European championships. A living monument to longevity and dedication. Trophy the legacy of CR7. Cristiano Ronaldo's achievements are too many to list, but here are just a few. 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 UEFA Champions League titles, over 850 career goals, all-time leading scorer in international football, the most followed person on Instagram, 600M plus followers, played in 4 different leagues, dominated them all. But more than trophies, records, or money, he became a symbol. Green circle for the poor child who wants to dream. White circle for the athlete who trains alone. Red circle for the fighter who gets back up every time. Black circle for the soul who's lost loved ones but keeps walking. Dove final message: the man behind the machine. Cristiano Ronaldo is more than a footballer. He is a lesson, a story that says, you can come from nothing, you can lose your father, you can be laughed at, doubted, mocked, and still become the greatest. Talent without work is nothing, but work with belief, that changes the world. Ronaldo didn't just chase greatness, he became the definition of it. Checkered flag, end of part 3.